Hello everyone, good afternoon. I hope you are doing fine. Today we are going to have a look at the final lesson for this year in your book, and that is about writing. To be honest, this is an interesting lesson. It's going to be a very interesting lesson because I like writing skill very much, and I would like to tell you, as I told you before, مثل ما حكيت لكم سابقا، يعني writing skill is one of the most important skills, if not the most important, between all other three skills or other four skills. So writing is very important because many students also they have problems with writing skills. Many students they are like weak in writing skill. So basically we will go through this lesson here. They are having some tips and advice for you in order to follow to make your writing better. So we will see them together, do some activities, and then I'll just comment on those stuff. So let's begin. Writing, you know, it's the art of writing a paragraph, writing an article, writing an essay, all of these things. So you have to be very careful when you use writing, because there are some certain techniques you have to use in order to make your writing or piece of writing looks properly maintained. Now we have here the at the top of the page it says like better writing at the end of the year. Is your writing better than it was at the beginning? Do you have any problems? What are you doing about them? Read these tips and answer the questions. طبعا tips معنا مثل little advice. So we will have like how many tips we have? 1 2 3 4 5, and that's it. So let's go one by one. Tip number 1, spelling. Spelling, by the way, is very important. Spelling اللي هي التهجئة، كيف تهجئ الكلمة، تجزء الكلمة إلى أحرف وتهجئ. Spelling, they say here, you have to learn how to spell words for yourself. Try this. Look, يعني try this. 3 techniques, 3 tips عم بيعطيك here. Look at the 5 or look at 5 words in a list every night. Spell them loud. Ask somebody to test you. Practice writing difficult words. For example, friend. يعني for example spelling انه تنقي كلمات معينة، افتح القاموس or through the internet or anything. Use 5 words, memorize them، احفظهم, and then try to spell them. Like for example the word friend here, like we can say for example computer. على سبيل المثال you can do like this. You can say computer for example, so you start to spell the word COMPUTER. تحفظ على هذا الشكل، تحفظ كلمة مجزأة بأحرف, and then you try to memorize it, or you can ask somebody to repeat for you. And the most important part here, يعني كنصيحة from me also, in addition to the book here, is that you try to type it after you memorize it, and you memorize the spelling. بعد ما تحفظ the spelling تبع الكلمة اكتبها، تعلم عليها، تدرب عليها كتابة more than one time. This is number 1. So the first step is spelling. The second step is punctuation, which is very important. Punctuation, واحنا بنضيف من عندي punctuation marks اللي هي علامات الترقيم. You have to pay attention to this very carefully because punctuation marks are very important in writing. Alright? Basically punctuation هن عبارة عن فواصل, commas, question marks, exclamation marks, quotation marks, and all of these things. So you have also to pay very good attention to these things. مثل ما راح نشوف here. They say punctuation. Can you answer these questions easily? When do you need to use these? Capital letters, طبعا الكابيتال letters أحرف كبيرة. Question marks علامات شرط الاستفهام يعني. Speech marks quotation marks علامات الاقتباس. Full stops النقاط. Apostrophes الفواصل اللي بتيجي فوق الأحرف. You also need to use commas sometimes, when, and sort of things. So they are telling you that punctuation marks are like things like capital letters, question marks, speech marks, full stops, and apostrophes. And they are having here a paragraph which is write these sentences correctly. معطينكم here example, so let's type it and then we can do the punctuation part. So I'll type it مثل ما هو. I'll type it as it is and then I'll type it again with the correct punctuation. Alright? Alright, I don't need it to be corrected. Let me just you've done well, you've done well in maths, English and Arabic. My mother said, but what about history? Your mark is very bad. هيك الموضوع مثل ما هو. This text here, you see, I'm having it from here. We can say like this. Ctrl Shift G. I'm writing about this paragraph here. You see? نقلنا لهون, and then I'll type it in the correct way. So you have seen, you've done well in maths, English and Arabic. On Arabic is كيف تنحط مرة. You have done good in maths, English and Arabic. Alright, English and Arabic. My mother said. طبعا بما انه عندنا كلمة said فلازم يكون في عندنا اقتباس quotation mark. This is the speech mark. You have done well in maths, English and Arabic. Maths, حتى here لازم نحط فاصلة كمان. This is comma maths, English and Arabic. My mother said. لعند هون نخلي مسكر اقتباس. My mother said, but what about history? But what about history? Question mark لأنه سؤال. Your mark is very bad. صارت على هذا الشكل. إذا شو علامات الترقيم اللي ضفناها هون؟ بداية we added the I'll mark them in red. راح أعلمهم بالأحمر. We added this. So we added the quotation mark. علامة الاقتباس. We have capital letter U. We had the apostrophe here, الفاصلة اللي فوق. You have done well in maths. أسماء المواد حطيناها capital letter. Subjects capital letter. I added comma here also. لما بيكون عندنا list في تعداد بنضيف comma between them. Then my mother said, but what about history? This letter and a question mark also, because this is a question. And then I started with capital letter after a question mark because it's a new sentence, and at the end I just added a full stop because I finished my sentence. Is it clear? So basically this is the correct text for the punctuation marks. This is regarding tip number 2. Now if we move on into tip number 3, a grammar, which is very important also. الجرامر ضروري جدا in writing. When you are checking your draft يلي هي المسودة مرقت معنا سابقا أيامات المدرسة بالصف. الدرافت هي المسودة. First time you write something, then you write again, then you write again. All of these copies we call them drafts until you come into the final draft اللي هي النسخة النهائية من paragraph أو الإساي أو أي شيء له علاقة بالwriting. So when you are checking your draft, look at the verbs and ask yourself these questions. Am I writing about the present, the past, or the future? يعني حدد الزمن. عن شو عم بحكي أنا؟ About the present now, or about the past before, or about the future in the future. Use these words and phrases to check. واستخدم كلمات مثل yesterday. Yesterday we used it with simple past. Last week we used it with simple past. Tomorrow we use it with the future. Now we use it with the present. And is this the right part of the verb? بتستخدم يعني صيغة الفعل بناء على الكتابة اللي عم تكتبها بناء على الزمن المناسب. They have a very nice and easy exercise here, an interesting exercise about grammar. Complete this text with the correct form of the verbs. Okay, so I'll type it again here, I think. So I'll just take this and then we move on here. Sorry. Let's say here. I live. Sorry. Need to take this settings here. Alright, now we take this here. So we are talking about grammar. Now I live here. I'll type it. I live in Rania. I don't know exactly if this is a place in Iraq. I live in Rania, but my best friend lives in Sulaymania. Full stop. Alright, let's look at this example here. I live. الأفعال عندنا على شكل تالي. We have I live and my friend lives. The tense I used here, I used simple present. Two sentences I used simple present because I'm talking about facts. So I used here present simple because I'm talking about facts. Okay, عم بحكي عن حقائق وبالحقائق we use simple present. Here also I used live, also present simple, same. أو خلينا نحددها هون أحدد لكم إياها هي. I use present simple بالboth sentences. Okay. Next they say his family. Now he is continuing يعني كفى الحديث للباراجراف. His family moved there last year. So simply we used simple past in here. طبعا نحدد الفعل باللون الأحمر, verb in red color, and this last year means it's simple past, right? So when we talk about simple past, we use simple past. Here they told you use things like yesterday, last week. طبعا مع last بيندرج تحتها كتير أشياء like last week, last month, last year, last 2 years, last 2 months, and so on. So we use simple past in this sentence. His family moved there last year. We like to meet at weekends. Here كمان عم بيحدد fact. We like to meet at the weekends. Here he is stating a fact, so we use present simple because he is stating something true. Again, إذا هون شو استخدمنا كمان present simple. We like to meet at the weekends. Also here I use the present simple. Let me make it straight to you right here. So we like to meet at the weekends. So this is also present simple. We like to meet at the weekend. Now بلش السنتنس اللي بعدها last Friday. إذا عن شو عم بحكي عن simple past. So here we have last Friday, comma last Friday we when كل الحكي راح يكون بالماضي لأنه we are listing things that we have done last Friday, okay? Or we did last Friday. So last Friday we went to the mountains. We went to the mountains with my friends' parents. When we climbed a little boy went to the edge of the cliff and nearly fell. طبعا كل هاي الأفعال بالماضي. My father saved him. The little boy said, I must be more careful. First. Alright. Now last Friday we went to the mountains. We went to the mountains with my friend's parents. When we climbed, a little boy went to the edge of the cliff and nearly fell. My father saved him. All of these verbs are used in the present in the simple simple past, الماضي البسيط. Okay, all of this because we are discussing something in the past. Alright, now I also want you to pay attention to the other punctuation mark. في عنا علامات ترقيم تانية بهذا الباراجراف كمان موجودة. You have to pay attention to that. First of all, let me just justify it and then I'll make it very little bit smaller so you can. Alright, let's see it like this. Look at it this way. Or I can make it a little bit bigger for you to highlight the other punctuation marks لحتى نعلم علامات الترقيم الثانية. سليمانية, this is, let's say, ignore. This is ignore. ما يضل تحت خط. Now I will highlight the other punctuation marks, okay? I live in Rania, but my best friend lives in Sulaimania. You know this here we have full stop because the sentence has finished here. His family بلشنا بحرف كبير as you see لأنه بلشنا بسنتنس جديدة. His family moved there last year. We also have a full stop here. Capital letter. دائما بس نبلش new sentence we start by capital letter. We like present simple. We like not present simple. This is part of the exercise. So we like to meet at the weekends. Last Friday طبعا حطينا كمان here comma. We went to the mountains with my friend's parents. You see, friend's parents. This is الapostrophe تبع الملكية. Friend's parents. When capital letter W. When we climbed, comma, A little boy went to the edge of the cliff and nearly fell. The sentence is over, finished, so we use full stop. My father saved him, full stop. The little boy said, طبعا here we have said, and then we have comma, and then we have the quotation marks here. طبعا we use this as said أو الquotation اللي حطيتها تبع الاقتباس here, also the same. This is because I'm reporting speech here. I'm reporting what my mother said in this example, so I use this mark, double commas or inverted commas. Alright, so this is the paragraph here. هذا فيما يتعلق بهذا الباراجراف. Complete this text with the correct forms of the verb. So this is the correct form of the verb. Is it clear? Nice. Now they move on into tip number 4, joining words. And this is also very important and very interesting at the same time. Use joining words to show how your thoughts fit together. So احنا لما نكتب كتابة لازم نربط. We have to join words together. We have to join sentences, and we can join sentences by using certain linking words. مرقوا معنا قبل نحنا وهن سهلين تعرفون يعني. We have to use things like and, but, because, and so on. Let's see. Join these sentences. Amin was very sad. هاي one sentence. Second sentence, his grandfather died. إذا هون عندنا reason. What do we say? خلينا نشوف أول شي joining words. As you can see here, we have joining words. We have joining words. So Amin was very sad. Amin was very sad. Full stop. His grandfather died. إذا ببساطة we عندنا two sentences. We need to make them one sentence. We can link them by adding because لأنه عندنا سبب و reason. We have reason and cause. So the sentence becomes like this. أمين دبل اي خلينا نعملها لأنه أيمن لحالها بصير أيمن. أمين was very sad. من ايميل الفول ستوب طبعا because ومنلغي الكابيتال letter من his father because his grandfather died. You see, this is as simple as that. We make the two sentences. Like here we have two sentences. You see, we have 1, 2. We have two sentences. We can link them together. We can join these two sentences together by adding a linking word or joining word يلي هي بهذا السياق because, and then the two sentences become one full complete sentence. إذا ال two sentences بصيروا جملة كاملة باستخدام كلمة ربط. So here we have Amin was very sad. I added because his grandfather died, and then I added the full stop at the end. So I made it one sentence. Alright, this is one example. Let's see the second example here. The other example here, number 2, we can say Hannah number 2, Hanan enjoys her job, full stop. She meets a lot of different people, full stop. Alright, so Hanan enjoys her job. She meets a lot of different people. So again, as I said, we have two sentences. I know the first one here and the second one here. I need to join these two sentences and make them one sentence using a linking word. Hanan enjoys her job. Why? نسأل حنا السؤال هنا. Why she enjoys her job? Because she meets a lot of different people. That's simple. So we نفس المثال اللي فوق. Hanan enjoys her job because she meets a lot of different people. Then the sentence becomes like this, and basically I added because مثل ما ضفنا فوق, and then I added a full stop at the end. Is that clear? Another example they say here, last example as in the book here, Marwa is very good at English. She isn't good at maths. Marwa is very good at English. She isn't good at maths. Alright. Marwa very good, and she isn't good at maths. Here also, as we have maths here, no need for the full stop. So Marwa is very good at English. She is not good at math. And here we have to use a joining word. That is, we'll see Marwa is very good at English, ولكن, which means but, she isn't good at maths. Alright, that's it. So Marwa is very good English, but I added but. So simply the idea here is using linking words in order to join two sentences together. حتى لما بيكون في عندك list, for example. I'll give you a last example from my from outside the book about and. For example, I like apples, bananas. I like apple, bananas. What else? Also oranges. I don't like, for example, I don't like, you can name it anything. I don't like, for example, I don't like chewing gum, for example. So here we have also two sentences. I like bananas, oranges, and I don't like chewing gum. Here two sentences, as you can see. I need to link them using joining words, so the sentence becomes like this: I like apples. شوفوا علامات الترقيم كيف. apples, comma, bananas, comma, أو بما إنه I end the list here, and oranges, but I don't like chewing gum. Alright? Alright, so here it's like that. I like apples, as you can see here. I added commas. I like apples, bananas, and oranges, but I don't like chewing gum. And then we have the full stop here. Is that clear? هذا فيما يتعلق بموضوع هذا فيما يتعلق بموضوع علامات الترقيم، موضوع joining words. Tip number 4. And the last tip they say here, tip number 5, adjectives and adverbs. هي صفات والظروف. Use adjectives and adverbs to paint a picture. This will make your writing more interesting. يعني simply you can use adjectives دائما بالكتابة. This is, you keep it in mind. Always use adjectives or adverbs. Adjectives بتحلي من جمالية أو بزيد من جمالية التكست. يعني when you add adjectives you are adding more description, more beauty to the text that you are writing. Use things like, think of nouns, you can use كمان عندنا الأسماء here like interesting, lovely, exciting, beautiful, delicious, boring, friendly, polite, funny, noisy, quiet, popular. Think of adverbs, you can use like shout, cry, run, laugh, listen, write, swim. So عندك صفات كتير like here interesting, lovely, exciting. دائما ضيفوهم. يعني here for example you can say I like apples, bananas, and oranges, but because they are delicious. You see, delicious is an adjective, but I don't like chewing gum because it's boring, for example. So it's boring. Use things like that. So keep in mind that you use adjectives and adverbs to make your writing more beautiful and more powerful. Alright, this is it basically for this writing lesson, and I hope that you enjoyed it. We will also keep in touch later on, but as for now, that it is. And have a nice day, enjoy the rest of your day, and see you later. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and have a nice day. Goodbye.